Hey, g'day folks, Davey B. Just had a cup of coffee, having a quick clean up. Just want to do a quick video on, as Indy would say, the Wayback Machine. And go back to when Forrest was telling us all about himself, what was going on. And I want to draw particular attention to the time when he knew everything about everybody. Forrest proceeded to tell us about his Rolodex. So for argument's sake, let's say Susie Fenhaven rang Forrest to be able to refer to his Rolodex. And this is only make-believe, Susie. I'm only using your name to sort of say what I'm trying to say. There, look, Susie's married and her husband's name is. Susie's got 2 kids. Their names are, their ages are. They both go to school. Whoever the husband is, he likes fishing, etc., etc. So when Forrest picked up the phone, he was able to have that personal touch with that person, whoever was on the other end of the phone. That was critical information in my eyes. It's that piece of information alone gave Forrest the information he needed to communicate on a personal level with that specific person. But what it was also doing was telling us something else. The poem is Forrest Fenn's Rolodex. And as a result of that, it's a code. It's quite one thing to read, argument's sake, a golden book in comparison to the Encyclopedia Britannica. Finding 1 word, 2, 3, 5 words strung together in that poem is one thing. But when you start putting 30, 40, 50 words together in that poem, it gives you specific information. And unbiased word finding. When Mario and I go through that poem, we dodge bias. We dodge names. We weigh, we assess. What's that word? What's that word? What's that word? What does that mean? How does that work? How does that fit? How does that tie? We don't just, oh, that's it, it's got to be it. No. We break everything down. Does that make sense? It's no use saying George rode his bike and then putting a nonsensical word in there. It's got to make sense. It's got to be fluent. It has to be, at the other end of it, it has to say something. So when you find information that tells you where to find videos or what videos to look for and what specific information is in them videos, and then you find them videos and they're there, those videos are out there, it gives you the information that seems to be information that says the way you are reading the poem is correct. So, like I said, we dodge bias. We go around it. We try to understand what the poem is telling us. And if we want to ask the poem something, we ask the poem something. That's how we read the poem. So it might sound strange to people. Like I said to Mario this morning, unless you've been through what it is we've been through, you probably won't understand it. You probably won't acknowledge the fact that it actually exists. Wonder if there's a church near that wedding that people are talking about. Like I say, there's much information in that poem, depending on what it is you're asking, how you're asking it, and what it is you're after. Could give you one and or many. It's then a matter of making sense of what it is you're asking the poem. So in effect, the poem is not only Forrest Fenn's Rolodex of information for us to read, it's also Forrest Fenn's Rosetta Stone. Because if you don't read it properly, it doesn't make sense. If you do read it properly, then at the other end of it, you might just crack Rosetta Stone, Forrest Fenn's Rosetta Stone. $700 trips boots on the ground. It won't be where you're looking. The auction says something as well. What's going on there? Interesting days ahead. Might not be over yet either. We don't know. I think big things will happen on that last day of that auction. Something out of left field. But anyway. Beautiful day here again. Tuesday morning. It's about 8:30 in the morning. Quick 7.5 minute video. Thought I'd just put that out there. G'day to everybody. Happy days. Sad to hear the news about the air show. Condolences to all involved. May your days be happy. Davey B.